afternoon, guys. What is going on? Hope everyone's having a great day thus far. It is just an absolutely gorgeous day. Not too hot. It's perfect. Today's perfect. So hopefully good signs that we're going to get a lot done on the first gen today. We have a couple things real quick in the beginning that I forgot to mention yesterday, and that is our man Mikey G, Mr. Garofalo, who everyone should be getting their parts from now, is selling some stuff off of his awesome pull truck here. Looks like it is a complete NV4500 with a big input shaft, Velair triple disc, and a transfer case off of his pull truck because he's going to be changing stuff up for next year. Anyway, I know some of that stuff is a little bit hard to find nowadays, so if you guys are in the market, hit him up. Don't contact me. All his information, that was on Facebook, so if you guys are in the market for a trans or anything like that. But anyway, today on this glorious day, this bad Larry is going to go in the truck. That's what we're going to start off with today. So let's get started. As you can see, first item checked off the list is the removal of the factory gear selector. That is now gone. All of the little bezels here are back on. Our little tilt control is back on. Basically, the whole reason why we did that is to remove the factory gear selector from here, just because it's not needed, it's not hooked up, nothing underneath is even remotely moving the trans. Everything's going to be done by our imaginary ratchet shifter that, I'm sorry, it's not a ratchet shifter, a gated shifter, whatever you want to call it. By the end of the night, hopefully that we will have installed in here. So that is next up on the list. I figured we'd make some room. We are good to go. For those wondering how to remove this, it's really just a little pin that you pretty much just punch out, and then it comes right out. Well, boys, I wish I could tell you that it was going smoother, but we already had one injury, one fatality on the old thumbski. I did have to pull the carpet back to start drilling these holes because drilling through carpet can be definitely, it all gets kinked up and messed up, and but got the holes drilled. And now we need to vacuum all this because there is quite a bit of crap everywhere. So we're going to vacuum that, and then the carpet can go back. We're pretty much good with the holes, and we can start trying to push the bolts through. But first, before we do that, seeing that we have all of our medical supplies here, we've got our cleaning solution, as I was corrected last time, so we can clean the cut. We got that. Tape. We're going to bandage ourselves up. So thank you, Darren. This stuff is already coming in handy. Now if I just knew what the heck I'm supposed to use here, that would be great. This looks good here. This stuff looks good. This stuff is so official. Dump a little bit of that on there. Give it a little bit. Clean her up. There we go. Medical approved bandage. After a little bit of struggling here, getting them through the carpet, they are in. We actually got the nuts on the back side on the back of the cab here on as well. We took the transmission support for now, dropped it down just a little bit, and you can see where we got here. If only I had a second set of hands to help tighten these up, which I seem to never have. But all I got to do is tighten those up. Those will be good. And that's pretty much it for the shifter mount. What we need to do now is down our actual shifter, run the wires back through here, maybe try and get them down before that's actually permanently bolted, get them started, wired through there, push down through the bottom there, we'll be good to go. We got to put some loom back on these first, get that all situated. We're on our way. One thing we will need to fire up here very shortly is I keep forgetting that this bracket that they give you is raw steel here. So we need to actually paint that so it doesn't get all rusted up here. So we're gonna take that off quick, paint that up as well. All right, so wires are situated out of the way through our new hole. Got the loom back on them. Alrighty, so before we end up losing all of our light here, we got the shifter mounted. These are still loose. We actually had to undo basically everything that I showed you before. I was having a hard time getting the wires run through here, through all of this carpet and the padding down underneath, but that's finally situated. I got everything how I like it now. All I gotta do is tighten these up. This is perfectly tight. This C-clip that was on here, though, there's a C-clip right here that actually broke off, so we do need to get a new one of those, so I can't actually button the actual shifter up. But here's what it looks like sitting from the driver's seat. Reverse this way. Still got to get used to everything here. That would be park. Be first, second, third, neutral, reverse, park. Got to get our shifter switches over here situated. But pretty pumped on how it came out. I think it looks pretty dang clean. I wish I could throw the cover on for you guys. Very nice. And while you guys were off, the box from Calvert Racing showed up. Started unboxing our Caltrax, and of course, what do we have? Packing peanuts nonetheless. So I did just want to first just make sure these solid bushings were the right diameter for the front leaves, and they are a little snug, which is exactly what you want. We want them a little snug, and then they have their own sleeve that fits inside of that, which then fits our OE bolt. So these are all the custom pieces that they had to make specifically for our leaf spring applications. You can kind of see the other swivel mount stuff that they have. These are the bars. These are the backside of the purchase for the Dana 80. And we'll go over this tomorrow. I'll get it all spread out. We'll go over everything and probably hopefully put these in. So that's a good news. That's a good news. That's good news. That means we can hopefully get this other rear in this thing shortly. So I do want to take off our hard lines off of this, which you guys can't see anything now. I'm going to take off the hard lines because we're going to get new hard lines made, like I said. Oh, darkness, darkness, I hate you. Alrighty guys, and that's pretty much it, unfortunately, with the light situation that we have. I do have some light stands that I could set up, but working inside the cab and underneath the truck, I mean, it's still not the same kind of light as like a building that's painted white on the inside and everything. So I know I keep seeing comments about, you know, the short videos and you know, how but it's because of the space. As soon as we get into our new space, I'm every day I'm looking. I looked at another place this morning, and let me tell you, it was not even on the map of what would work for us. The advertisement looked good, so I mean, we're just trying to rent a space. For those of you guys who don't know, and I've kind of said this before, the wife and I were hoping to be out of this house into a newer house with a shop already on it by the end of the winter. It doesn't look like that's going to happen for various reasons, not finding what we need, this and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to keep blabbing about boring you guys, but that didn't happen, so we're here. So now I'm looking to rent a space, you know, 2,000-3,000 square feet. It's not where we're at, and I don't want to be like 30-40 minutes from my house, because the nice thing is when we're done out here, I just go right inside and I shower, I eat, and we do our thing. So being quite a distance away from the house, it doesn't really work as well. So I'm trying. There's a fine niche. There's a space available, not until some road work is done, but it's a long story, and that's not going to be available to the end of December. But that doesn't help us now. So I mean, And there's the phone. Somebody from New York that I have no idea. But anyway, guys, I'm looking every day. I'm doing the best I can with what I can. I know most of you guys understand that. We're just gonna keep plugging away. We're gonna do what we can do. You know, as long as we're making progress each day, it's better than doing nothing in my book, and that's the way you guys should look at it too. So even if it's 2 hours, 3 hours, whatever it may be, 1 hour, it's still closer than you were the day before. So that's the way I look at it. Tomorrow, keep knocking things out. Thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button before you leave. Subscribe if you have not already. I'll see you guys tomorrow. See you.